And welcome back to
I'm
Whiskey
Billy.
Buds.
Oh, not yet.
This is Billy. I'm Kurt. He's excited. Can't you tell? He knows what we're drinking. Not
Hey,
really.
we had that last week.
We did. It's been sitting here since last week.
Oh, let's try it again.
All right, I'll pour you a glass. All right.
Maybe it's different.
I don't think so. Okay, let's get. We'll just set it here. All right. I thought we would bring in a Macallan.
Looks fancy. Anything that comes in a box is fancy.
Yes, that's it, right? And it's probably fancier than your Jack Daniels you bought.
Something's wrong with this bottle.
It's a little crooked, huh?
Oh.
See, it's fancy.
It is
They do
fancy.
extra design for the bottle.
43%.
Yeah.
Sherry oak cask.
Yes.
Matured exclusively in
An Oloroso.
hand-picked sherry seasoned oak casks from Juarez, Spain.
Juarez.
I didn't know I was going to have to read hard words.
Yeah.
For richness and complexity.
Yeah.
The Macallan. So this is Highland single malt Scotch whiskey from. Oh, the casks are from Spain.
Yes.
I'm like, how does Highland come from Spain?
He's getting confused in this one. Look what happens when I
So
let him try to
confused.
explain what we're drinking.
Okay, here I'll explain this since I'm the expert on this show.
All right.
The Macallan, I'm probably not even saying that right.
Yeah, Macallan.
Sherry oak, 12 years old, reveals the unrivaled commitment to the mastery of wood and spirit for which the Macallan has been known since it was established in 1824.
1824. Dude, that's
like you knew that.
Yeah, I did actually. I researched it before we got on the show.
When
They'll be 200 years old in like 4
oh
years.
wow, it's getting really far into the future these days.
Yeah.
Man, how hard is it to read one paragraph? when
How much
matured
whiskey have you drank?
exclusively in
Oloroso.
that is a lot of O's for one word.
It's Spanish.
Oloroso.
There you
So
go.
you got to roll it. Oloroso. Sherry, seasoned oak casks from Juarez, Spain, are rich. Okay, here we go. Are rich, fruity, and full-bodied. New make spirit is transformed into a single classic malt.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm interested.
The
Keep going.
sherry seasoned oak cask delivers a rich and complex single malt characterized
Characterized.
characterized by spice and dried fruit flavors. Spice, dried fruit, Oloroso sherry, seasoned oaks. Okay, that sounds pretty interesting.
All right. So,
I'm so tired now.
Scotch has to be aged in used barrels, right? To be a single malt Scotch, or it has to be aged in used barrels. Bourbon has to be new oak barrels, right?
Okay,
So this has to be.
it's crooked.
It is. I noticed that. I don't know.
Cheap junk.
All right.
That's the
So
clue.
join us next week when we get a whiskey that actually opens.
You said this was fancy and expensive?
I don't know. I bought the cheaper one. I don't know. All right.
It's like a quality of a Dodge
Is it?
Ford.
Oh. You go.
I think they're all kind of bad these days.
Grip training at work.
Nice.
I'll have to figure out how to glue that in there. I don't know. Okay. Jeez, without further ado. All right.
Man,
So
after that great introduction where I hyped it all up, you just destroyed it.
So they have to use used barrels.
And use lids.
Apparently, I don't know. Maybe it came with something else. All right, there we go. So this is normally they will age it like ex-bourbon casks. They can do ex-rum casks. But this one does ex-sherry casks, and sometimes they will like do part of the maturing in a bourbon cask, right? So like the first 6 years in a bourbon cask, or first 10 years, and then the final 2 years in a sherry cask. But this one, the Macallan, likes to do everything in sherry cask, and they actually have like the Master of Wood that has to go and pick the
That's not
casks. And it's actually a true job title.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see your application for the Master of Wood.
I'm not applying for that.
Anyways, this show is quickly falling apart.
So they put this in a barrel for 12 years.
Yes,
That seems like a really long time.
it is.
I'm thinking somebody like forgot it in a barrel and come back like, how old is this? Like 12 years old. Like, that ain't any good. And then it's like, well, let's try it before we throw it out. And they're like, oh, wow, that's really good. And then,
Dude, like, so the Macallan sherry cask like this one with the Oloroso, they age these between 12, so this is the youngest one that they have, and 40 years.
I'm not that patient. I'd like shake it or do something.
Yeah.
Like, hurry up.
That's why it's so difficult to get, like, whiskey, because, like, you have to wait for it to age, and it takes so long. And with the used barrels, you don't have the full wood impact that you get, like, from bourbon. That's why bourbon is so powerful, is a lot of that wood flavor comes out of it because the oak is new. So you're pulling a lot of those flavors right away.
Oak juice.
Yeah. And then with the Scotch, you're getting more mellowed flavors. You're getting the more nuances of the wood. But it has to sit there much longer to collect those flavors.
Because something else already sucked all the oak juice out.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Bourbon or sherry or something.
Smells a bit more complex.
Than last week's
What was last week?
Jack Daniels.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
More complex than that.
I'm definitely catching that sherry dried fruits or something like that. Something.
Yeah, it's sweet. It's not a plain sugar smell.
No, I'm definitely not getting like that corn sweetness
Yeah.
either. Because you can taste or smell like that barley in there. What's that? Oh,
Yeah, I'm going to have to try it.
Smells pleasant.
good. Oh,
yeah. A little bit of a journey for your mouth there, was it?
wow. I have no idea what just happened.
Yeah. Now, what flavors are we getting?
All of them.
Like, it's
That's
all of it.
everything.
Yeah. For the record, the Macallan is one of the big three distilleries. Glenlivet, Glenfiddich, and Macallan.
Huh. That's
Like, it's
kinda
one of the
good.
biggest Scotch makers, or one of the largest producers of Scotch. Yeah, I think I'm getting more of that fruit coming through now. You're still like, what
This
the heck?
is- All right, so it's what 40%, right? 43. All right, so it's not too bad. Like, it doesn't really burn.
No, you get a little bit of the ethanol, but
Yeah, a little bit.
43%. Not,
And
not
what
really
the-
much. Like, it's very like, I'm getting this smoothness like this.
I tried chewing it.
Did you? Did it help?
No. Okay, I inhaled some alcohol vapor.
All right. Well, that's not good.
Well, yeah, I
No.
thought I'd taste it with my lungs.
Yeah. Well, do they have any taste buds?
This is pretty good.
You like this one? What did we have that had
This is
the
almost
sherry
like
cask? The Dalmore, right?
yeah, but it's not. I seem to remember the Dalmore being a little bit more sweet, like
It might be.
a single sweetness but stronger.
Okay.
Where this thing seems like a more blended flavor,
All right.
but not as sweet. I don't know. The Dalmore's been a while.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you want to do a side by side comparison?
No, this is good.
Like, I don't want to ruin it. So, we're actually like trying to think, what scotches other than like Ardbeg have you enjoyed?
Oops.
The finish lasts for a little while, and it's like, I'm trying to think. of how to describe it. Where
sitting on the edge of their seat.
Oh yeah, like
what's going on?
They're sitting on the edge of the seat saying, "Say it, dumbass."
Say something. I'm getting bored.
Yeah. No, yeah, it like it's got like a certain texture to it that's not really velvety, but it's smooth texture, but not smooth flavor, as in, non-complex. Of course, I guess it would be smooth in the idea that smooth is not
Spice.
like overbearing or too challenging. It's a pretty easy whiskey to drink. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I haven't gotten into it too much, but what do you think? Good recommendation then?
I drink it wrong again.
He doesn't know how to drink whiskey.
No.
I don't know.
I don't know. Like it went instead of just like
Gliding.
falling down. I like swirled it in the back of my throat or something. I don't know, and it burned.
Tried to gargle it or what?
Yeah.
Oh man.
What? Okay, so what's the?
He wasn't listening to any of that.
The last one that we tried was the Gold Daniels.
Yeah.
And it wasn't bad at all.
No.
It was a nice mellow flavor, but it was just
simple.
Yeah, like you took a couple drinks, you try to pick out the maple in it.
Yep.
And that was about it.
Yeah.
This one, there's flavors in there,
mm-hmm.
and they're hard to pin down.
Okay. So this is one that you would, like last week we were talking about with that 40 Creek.
Yeah.
That you would sit down and you would try to like pick out the different nuances and flavors to it.
Yeah, but this one just says spice and dried fruit flavors and Oloroso sherry.
Oloroso sherry, yeah.
So like you can't, the 40 Creek had
Black
a
walnuts?
bit of like black walnut, whatever that tastes like,
Like apricot or something?
and a little bit of vanilla, and I think honey and blackberry or something, or some kind of berry, I think.
Was it berry? I thought it was like apricot or something.
Apricot, that was it. That's a big berry, kind of. Not really. I don't know.
Yeah, it's close
This
enough.
isn't a science show. All right.
No.
Yeah, but anyway, so it said on the label, like, this is what's in it. So you could be like, oh, let me see if I can taste the apricot in there. Oh, I think I got it.
Do we want to do a quick cut right here, and then I can go, like, see if somebody gives you tasting notes, and you can pick some of those out?
No.
Dude, we can cut easy enough. Nobody will know.
Because I listen to those guys or those people with tasting notes, and they're like, oh, it tastes like it's got the shamrock fruit from North Ireland, blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
that was harvested in March.
Yeah. I'm going to know what that tastes like. I'll be like, I can smell it.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I'm smelling.
I think he's wrong on the year, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, that's clearly April. Not March. Like, jeez, dumbass. How does he know?
Amateur.
Well, I don't know. We tried.
All right.
Yeah.
It's got interesting flavors, so I think you could pick it up.
I guess I know what you're getting for your birthday.
You could definitely just sip it and like try to pick out those flavors. They're like, it's hard to nail down what it is. So I think you'd have a lot of fun with that bottle trying to figure out what they are.
Yeah. And then as you sit with a whiskey, like when we if we were to give you a full pour, as you sit with it and take your time, like it will change over the time that it sits out in the air.
Yeah.
So it will maybe open up or...
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Macallan 12-year-old, Billy approved.
Wait, how much is it?
It's like $50.
So that's even cheaper than the Jack Daniels.
Yeah. It's so much better, huh?
Yeah, it's better.
I'm not going to let you argue with me. Like, Jack Daniels has an audience, and it is good for that audience. But for a whiskey connoisseur such as Billy, he needs a little extra.
I could almost see that Jack Daniels Gold being a base to this.
Okay.
And then this has like the spice and berry flavor just kind of
added on
infused into it. And yeah, because like the almost base of it is kind of seems almost the same sweetness.
Mm-hmm.
And almost the same smoothness, really. Like pretty close, I don't know what he's trying to do right now.
All right. Tell me that's any nearness.
Kinda.
Is it?
Kinda. It's like...
There's a residual in the glass or something.
No, I feel like it's really
There's no
similar.
similarities.
It's really similar, but you can definitely tell it's a lot more bland, uninteresting compared to this.
Okay.
But it still has that good underlying like flavor.
It's a good base flavor, and then you're adding the spices to it in the Macallan, right?
I could be completely wrong, but it almost seems like this is like if you took this and put it in the sherry casks, you'd come out with something close to that.
Yeah, I'm going to say you're wrong on that one.
I could be, but that's what I'm coming up with.
All right, well, from here on out, Billy's
Wait,
opinion
maybe not
doesn't hold any weight.
But this... No, really, they have like the same sweetness almost.
Okay.
I don't know where it comes from, but like this one has the spice in it.
Yeah. The sweetness comes from the sherry casks, where the sweetness in the Jack Daniels is going to come from the corn.
And maple.
Yeah, and the maple wood. Because they don't put actual maple, like maple syrup in there, but they use maple wood, which...
I know, it's sweet,
gotta
but
contain some trace elements of it, huh?
I don't know. Fire me from the show, but that's what I got.
No. You're too entertaining. Do you know how boring it would be with just me on this show?
You'd be like, I like it.
Yeah, that's
like
pretty
it.
good.
I like it. I like it, I own it.
Yeah.
I like it, I have it.
I'd be like Dermot and, shoot, I can't remember his other name, or the other dude's name, from the Try channel, where the Irish people try. And he's like, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. It's like all the whiskeys, and he's like digging on it, like, no, it wasn't near as good as that other one. 10 out of 10.
We'll drink it again.
Yeah. All right.
You should try that now.
Put Jack Daniels and mix it up with this and screw it up?
Screw it up.
All right, hold on. I got to try to make sure I remember how it tastes here. All right, and this is the show. Blending with Billy.
They have a blending show where they blend.
Yeah.
Will it blend?
Mm-hmm. No. Like, I do actually think I kind of see where you're coming from, but like there's like a certain level of sweetness, but we're talking, you know, like sugar versus like honey. Like you can find the same similar sweetness, but the flavor profile of that corn versus the sherry or the barley with the sherry changes it slightly off.
Well, I'm saying you could take that Jack Daniel's Gold, add some flavors to it,
And it would
like
come out
the
better.
spice and the whatever berry flavor stuff, and
it would compete.
this would be this. This is better.
This is better. Yes.
But it feels like that Jack Daniel's Gold could be the base of this. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
Because like the alcohol content or the burn and the smoothness and the sweetness are almost all on the same level.
Yeah.
I guess that's what I'm saying.
All right. Yeah, they're on the same level. I don't think yeah.
But this tastes better.
Yep. I think if the Jack Daniels were to have a little more complexity in it, right, with like the different flavors, like in a sherry cask, where it adds the dried fruits and the spice and things like that, then the complexity would come through and it would improve the complexity and like make it just overall better.
But this is smooth, almost like that, huh?
Yeah, it really is. Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's really easy to drink.
That's why I was saying like they're kind of similar.
So save yourself $40, buy yourself the Macallan 12,
Yeah.
and have a better experience. Unless you really like simple whiskeys, in which case spend the extra money.
Like we just started a new show, Will It Blend?
Yeah.
We got two different whiskeys and
Well, hey, that could be fun. All right.
Oh, I don't know.
Well,
After we did that, what was that? The dead.
Dead guy whiskey?
Yeah, what was that?
With the ale?
Oh man, that was rough.
Dude, that ale, man. I know guys like ale, but I couldn't handle it. I'm a whiskey guy, not a.
What do we do? We
ale-
drank
ale
one
and
and
beer.
then the other and then the other one again. It's
Yeah.
I'm done.
Going one way to the other is okay. Going the other way is not
Yeah,
okay.
you don't go back. All right.
All right. This is running long, so cheers, everybody. Till next week.